Hey, it's Chris BI, Chris Wagner. Got some amazing things today. Since the dawn of Power BI, it's always been about analytics, data, bringing data together in new and different ways. We started off in the early days inside of Excel. It expanded out to the web. It brought data together inside of analytical models for our reports. We extended those capabilities to build out and create data flows to load our models. But today we got something new. I'm excited about this one. Today, we are introducing the brand new Power BI Datamarts. I am so excited about this. I know you're going to be excited about this too. I can't wait to show it to you. Let's head over to it. Boom. For those of you who aren't aware, we have this fills a piece of the story out. Makes our environment complete. Finally, we're complete. We've got our sourcing error transformation inside of Power Query and data flows. We've got our analytical models. We used to be analysis services. Now it's Power BI data sets, and we've got our front end report. We needed that data mart space to be able to load and bring data in, manage it, control it, do it. Now, hey, we have that story. Let's check it out. Okay, when I land into my Power BI environment and I want to create a data mart, I am going to go into my workspaces. I'm going to go on and create a workspace. I'm going to call this guy the Kratos BI Data Mart. Right away, I'm going to see popped up right in my screen, introducing data marts preview. Get more business focused insights faster with the new self-service data marts. All right, I'm going to click on new data mart. Going to just go right into the session. It's going to slowly generate, and it's going to ask me, all right, let's start loading data into this data mart. Okay, now super easy. This is our tried and true data flows method of getting data in. We're going to be doing Power Query, so this is going to look super familiar for you. All right, I click on get data. I choose where is this going to come from. So in my case, it's going to be coming from a SQL server. And so I'm going to choose SQL data server database. I'm going to type in my name. Now this has to match up with your gateway if you're using a gateway. If you're not using a gateway, well then, hey, good on you. You don't have to worry about that. If it matches a gateway, as you can see right there, it automatically detected it. It decided, what is it going to be? Oh, wait, I have to do what it is, and it's going to be basic. I have to decide what that sign-on is going to be. Yes. Okay, put in the credentials, connect in. It's just going to go right into Power Query connections, okay? Now, I'm just going to load one date because I want to test out one date that I'm going to add into it. So I select my date. Hit transform. It's going to pop me right into my classic Power Query settings so I can go in and do transformations, do whatever I need to do. In this case, I'm just going to load it as is. I'm going to hit save, right, because it's all set up the way I wanted to. It's going to go through. It's going to validate. It's going to build the data mart ETL. It's going to create any relationships. It's going to load my data, or it's going to start the load, which I meant connect. I'm going to load my data. Then it's gonna wrap things up. Okay, it is going to, as you can see, it's created the untitled data mart. We're gonna go and we're gonna change that up. I can go and I can see that my table is here. All right, now from here I have a number of different things I can do. I can define a new measure. I can write a query, right? So I can go ahead and say, hey, I want to write a query. I want to write a query using this. So I drag my table on. I don't want to do that. I can go into my T-SQL mode. This one is right here. SQL query, all right? So I can write select top 1200 star from dim date. I can hit run. Not hit F5. That'll boom. It's right here. Now I can go, I can look at this. I can write more complex queries and whatnot. This is a massively cool feature. I click open in Excel, boom, up pops a downloaded Excel file that has a connection with the query. I click on it. It's gonna open up Excel. Gotta enable editing. Doesn't want to share with you. Go to enable content. It's gonna try to run and execute the query on my out on my service. So it's gonna ask me for credentials. Do I want? Am I okay running this? I say yes. Go ahead, run it. I'm gonna say I want to use my Microsoft account because I'm connecting out to the cloud. Sign in. It signs me in. Go connect. And boom. Not only have I run a query out in the Power BI service on data, but I now have available inside of Excel that I can do stuff with for here too if I want. All right. So, hey Chris, that's all good and all, but I want to do some other stuff inside this Datamart. So let's head back and let's do some more things. Okay? Because this is only part of what we have. All right. So here's the new icons, right? So we have our classical Power BI data set, and this is actually something cool that comes along with it. Is you get a Power BI data set right out of the gate on any Datamart that you set up. So if you have tables in here, it's going to automatically generate this Datamart or data set that's on top of your Datamart. How cool is that, right? But I don't like the name of this. I'm going to rename it. I have found that refresh the page if I'm going to rename it, and then you're able to rename it. It does that, but there's a database name. Don't put spaces in. Like, make this something that's going to be easy for you to write and reference and queries and stuff like that in the future. So, best practice here. Okay, I rename that. Boom. Not only did my Datamart change, but so did my data set name. Okay, so I could go back in. I could go in and I could click in here, and it would load up and it would ask me to start to bring in more tables. What do I want to do now? I could go and I could add a whole bunch more tables in here. Best practice though, we want to be combining the tools that are out there. But right now the Datamart loads independent of, or it loads everything all at once. I don't necessarily want to do that. I want to have more fine-grained control over my stuff. I'm going to go to new data flow. Boy, they're super excited about this. Do you want to build a Datamart? No, I just want to create a data flow. Right, I already created my data. You can have multiple Datamarts in any given workspace. You should only have one. Right. They're going to add some new tables. Again, best practice here is you want to make sure that you have one data flow for every single table, right? Then if you need to do refreshes, simple enough, right? So I'm going to do, again, localhost. I'm going to define that. I'm going to connect to my internet sales. But this is the guy I want. I hit transform data. I hit save and close. It's going to run. It's going to load. Call this one my VW. Save. Now, always refresh now. And once that's refreshing, go into your workspace, go to settings, and schedule a refresh. Okay, so you want to make sure that you start that refresh process going, and then you go in and you sure that you set that up the way. Central time zone. Where's the thing? I'm US. Add another time. We're calling 5:30. Time. Apply. Awesome. Sure that your enhanced compute engine is on. Right. Turn that stuff on. Blah, da, 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 da. All right. So I've got these all together. Now, we're going to do a little bit of video magic, and all of a sudden, I'm just going to have all the data flows I'm going to want. So, all right. Here we go. And 1, 2, 3. Okay. Whoops. All right. I've got all my data flows set, created. Now, I'm going to want to do something here that I should have done before. As you notice, I deleted the datamart that I created the first time. That's a mission. So I'm going to go to create new datamart. I'm going to kick off the existing build process. It's going to run. And I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to hit get data. I'm going to go to Power Platform, Power BI Data Flows. I'm going to sign. Now I'm going to go ahead, and now that I've got my data flows in here, I'm going to add these all in to my datamart. And the reason I'm going to go through and I'm going to create these in this order is make sure that I bring all my data from all the various places, wherever they are, and I individually manage those loads. So if I've got problems, I can sort each one out individually, like on connections or loads or whatever it happens to be, right? I bring it into the Power BI service. I bring all the data into the exact same workspace that my datamart is going to be in. And then once it's all there, then I load it and I bring it all together. So I bring in my fact, I bring in my dates, my territory, motions, my products, my dim customer, my dim currency, transform data. Them all to be cleared, then I hit save. It's going to validate mashup. It's going to run through and do the loads. Come on now. Oh, go to workspace, and now, I've got my datamart created so I can manage my loads by clicking on here. It can go in and I can add in new loads. Other thing I can do is I can go to my model and I can see the model that was created. Oh, look at this. Get any joins with my model. So let's zoom in. Guys, so I can make. All right, I want to make sure that I kind of like get this the way I want. I'm gonna collapse my. I can see what I'm working with here. And I actually have a model that I'm kind of copying this from. We're going off this guy. About the same thing here. I can go in and, oh, this is my modeling experience. I can go to date, and I know I join by date key order. Factor net sales, many active, will assume referential integrity. One, it's not going to be active, yes. That's all set up. So I'm going to collapse that guy again. I'm going to expand my dim customer. I'm going to find my customer key there. I'm going to find here again. Drag from my fact table into my dimensional table. I can always change these things up, right? But I'm gonna do this. You know what? I'm gonna actually go. I'm gonna say assume referential. What this does is it basically, instead of doing left joins, it does right joins, so I get more performance there. All right, so once it's in, what's my next thing I gotta do? I gotta go in and I've got to, well, let's check some new things out here then. Over to my SQL query, so I could do, is some pretty great stuff here. Okay, so I've got these things in place. Here, now I should be able to build a report. Ooh, here we go. This is looking pretty sharp. I'm able to get in and work with this here. Now I've got this set up. I can build a report. I could save this off. I could give a name. I could also probably, we'll call this a save it. I've got my sample out there. Now, here's the question. I go to access, go to settings, premium. I grab my URL. I fire up tabular editor. That doesn't work. Fair enough. All right, not yet there. But if I go under sample datamart, go take a look at this thing. If I go to settings, I can enter the datamart description. I can, here's my connections. Let's see how this, so SSMS. Okay, so this might be a thing that we have to sort out. Database credentials. All right, so we're just connected to Power BI in this one, so that's good. Schedule refresh. Get that puppy up to date. Now we know that this loads at 5:30. All my data flows do, so I'm gonna make this one go at 6 a.m. Keep that puppy up to date. Caching. All right, so there you go. This is everything that's inside the new Power BI Datamarts. A ton of stuff inside of here. Some of the stuff looks, like it has a lot of promise. Some of the stuff needs some work, but hey, we are in preview. This is a huge, massive step forward. Very excited about this. Really looking forward to all the capabilities that this is going to potentially bring to us and what the future says here. Please do keep in mind the process that we have, right? Define the data flows. Load and manage your data flows. Create a Power BI Datamart. Load that Datamart. Build your relationships. Build any measures. Build reports on top of that, all right? Thank you guys very much. This is so exciting. Thank you, Microsoft, everybody there for all this stuff. You guys are the best. Like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. Are you going to use Datamarts? Love to hear more from you. You guys have a great day. Peace.